Quick like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. You ever notice how liars always give themselves a buffer? They don't say, "I'll be home at 8:30 when they're planning to be somewhere they shouldn't. They say, "I'll be home by 9 to give themselves wiggle room. Time to clean up. Time to get their story straight. Time to transition from whoever they're pretending to be back to who they actually are. My wife started giving herself these time buffers about 4 months ago. Always very specific. I'll be home by 9. Should be back around 10. Probably home by 8:30. She'd walk through the door at exactly those times, relaxed and ready with her story about where she'd been. But last Tuesday, she said she'd be home by 9. So I decided to be home at 8:45 instead. What I found in those 15 minutes destroyed our entire marriage. My name is Trevor. I'm 36 years old, and I work as an emergency response coordinator for a hospital system in Nashville, Tennessee. I manage crisis situations, coordinate rapid responses, and understand that timing is everything. 15 minutes can mean the difference between life and death in my work. 15 minutes is when people let their guard down, thinking they still have time. 15 minutes is also exactly how long my wife needed to transition from being with her boyfriend to being my wife again. I met Monica 8 years ago at a friend's housewarming party in East Nashville. She was working as a human resources manager for a tech company, organized and professional in ways that impressed me. I was the crisis coordinator, always planning for worst-case scenarios. She brought stability to my chaos. We got married 7 years ago, bought a house in the Germantown neighborhood, a renovated Victorian with a front porch and original details. Monica continued in HR, eventually moving to a larger company with better pay. I advanced to senior emergency coordinator. Combined income around $190,000. We were successful, comfortable, building our future together. For 6 years, everything was predictable in the best way. Monica had consistent work hours, usually home by 6 p.m., occasionally staying late for meetings once or twice a month. Our evenings followed a rhythm. Dinner together, TV or conversation, bed around 10:30. Weekend were for projects, friends, relaxation. Then about 4 months ago, Monica's schedule became less predictable. It started gradually. One evening in early July, Monica texted me at 5:45 p.m., running late. She'll be home by 7. She came home at exactly 7:02. Not 6:55. Not 7:10. Right at 7. How was work? I asked. Long day. HR stuff. Nothing exciting. The next week, another text. Client meeting running over. I'll be home by 8:30. She walked in at 8:32. Again, right at the time she'd specified. Over the following weeks, this became a pattern. Monica would text me with a specific time, home by 8, back around 9, should be there by 7:30, and she'd arrive within a few minutes of that exact time. In emergency response, we call this precision timing. It indicates planning and control. When someone says they'll arrive at a specific time, and consistently does, it means they're managing their schedule carefully. They're not just running late randomly. They're orchestrating their arrival. The question is, why would someone need to carefully orchestrate when they come home? By September, Monica was coming home late 3 or 4 nights a week. Always with a text giving me a specific time. Always arriving right at that moment. Tuesday, stuck in a late meeting. Home by 9. Arrive at 9:03. Thursday, happy hour with work friends. Back by 10. Arrived at 10:01. Saturday, running errands. Should be home around 4. Arrived at 4:05. I started noticing other patterns too. When Monica came home at her predicted times, she'd always go upstairs immediately. Just need to change, or gonna wash my face, or let me put my stuff away. She'd be upstairs for 15 to 20 minutes before coming back down. Her phone behavior had changed. More protective, more private. She'd keep it face down, take calls in other rooms, angle the screen away when texting. The physical intimacy between us had decreased significantly. We'd gone from regular connection to occasional to rare. But the most noticeable pattern was the timing. Monica was predicting her arrival times with unusual precision, while simultaneously coming home later and later. 3 weeks ago, I decided to test my suspicion about why she needed that precision. Monica texted me on a Tuesday evening at 6:15 p.m., late meeting with a difficult employee situation. I'll be home by 9. I texted back, no problem. Take your time. But instead of staying at work like I normally would on late nights, I left my office at 6:30. Drove straight home. Arrived at our house at 7:05 p.m. Monica's car wasn't there. Expected. She said she wouldn't be home until 9. I parked in our garage and went inside. Turned on just enough lights to look like I was home. Living room lamp, kitchen light, but didn't turn on the TV or make noise. Then I waited. At 8:42 p.m., I heard a car pull into our driveway. Monica's car. I was standing in the kitchen, out of view from the front door. I heard her car door open and close. Heard her footsteps on the front porch. Heard her keys in the lock. The front door opened. Monica came in quickly, looking slightly flustered. She didn't call out to see if I was home. Probably assumed I wasn't back yet since my car was hidden in the garage. She went straight upstairs. I stayed in the kitchen, silent, listening. I heard the bathroom door close. Water running. The shower. She was showering. At 8:45 p.m., 15 minutes before she'd told me she'd be home. The shower ran for 8 minutes. Then I heard the bathroom door open. Heard her moving around in our bedroom. Heard drawers opening and closing. At 8:58 p.m., I heard her coming back downstairs. I stepped into view just as she reached the bottom of the stairs. She froze when she saw me. "Trevor, you're home. I didn't know you were here." "Yeah, I got home a little while ago. Saw your text that you'd be late." She was wearing different clothes than she'd worn to work that morning. Her hair was wet. She smelled like our shower gel, fresh and clean. "You're home early," I said. "I thought you weren't coming back until 9. "Oh, the meeting wrapped up faster than expected. I just got here a few minutes ago." I looked at my watch. "It's 9:01 now." "Right, yeah. About 9. You just got here a few minutes ago." "Yes." "What? So you didn't get home at 8:42? Her face went pale. "What?" "I heard your car pull in at 8:42. Heard you come inside, go straight upstairs, take a shower, change clothes. That was 19 minutes ago. Not a few minutes ago." She stared at me, unable to speak. "You told me you'd be home by 9. You got home at 8:42. Went straight upstairs, showered, changed clothes, and came back down at 8:58, 2 minutes before the time you told me you'd arrive." I don't know what you're talking about." "Monica, I've been here since 7:05. I heard everything. You got home 18 minutes before you told me you would, immediately showered and changed, then came downstairs right at 9 o'clock like you just arrived." She sat down on the stairs, her face crumbling. "Why would you need a shower and change clothes before seeing me? What were you washing off?" She didn't answer. "And it's not the first time, is it? This has been your pattern for months. You text me a specific arrival time. You come home 15 to 20 minutes before that time. You shower and change. Then you come downstairs right at the moment you said you'd be home, acting like you just walked in." Tears started streaming down her face. "Where were you actually? Before you came home and showered?" "Trevor, please." "Where were you?" "I was with someone." The words hung in the air between us. "With who?" "His name is Marcus. He's a consultant who works with our company." "And you were doing what with Marcus that required you to shower before seeing me?" She looked at the floor. "We've been seeing each other." "For how long?" "For months." "For months." The exact amount of time she'd been coming home late, with precision timing. "And the shower routine?" "That's been every time." "Yes. I'd go to his place after work. Then come home with enough time to shower and change before you'd expect me. I thought if I timed it right, you'd never know." "You thought wrong. The precision gave you away. Nobody naturally arrives exactly when they say they will, every single time, unless they're managing their schedule very carefully. And the only reason to manage it that carefully is if you're hiding something." "I'm so sorry. How many times?" "What? How many times have you done this? Come home, showered off evidence of being with him, then pretended you just arrived?" "I don't know. A lot. Maybe 50 or 60 times. 50 or 60 times. 50 or 60 evenings where she'd texted me a specific arrival time, come home early enough to wash off her boyfriend, then walk downstairs acting like she'd just arrived. So every time you texted, 'I'll be home by 9, you were actually planning to be home by 8:40 to shower first." "Yes. And Saturday when you said you'd be home around 4. I got home at 3:40. Showered. Came down at 4. The happy hour last week when you said you'd be back by 10. Home at 9:40. Showered. Came down at 10. Every single late evening for 4 months had been the same pattern. She'd give me a time. Come home 15 to 20 minutes earlier. Shower away the evidence. Appear right on schedule. I walk to the front door. Grab my keys. "Where are you going?" "Hotel." I can't be in this house right now. Trevor, please. Let me explain. You already did. You've been sleeping with someone for 4 months. You'd time your arrivals to give yourself a buffer to shower. You thought the precision timing made you look reliable when it actually proved you were managing something you were hiding. I made a mistake. You made 50 or 60 calculated decisions. Every time you texted me an arrival time, you were lying. Every time you showered before coming downstairs, you were washing off evidence. Every time you walked down those stairs right on schedule, you were performing. That's not a mistake. That's systematic deception. I opened the door. What about our marriage? Our marriage ended about 60 showers ago. I just didn't know it until tonight. I drove to a hotel near the airport, checked in, sat in the generic room, processing everything. For 4 months, Monica had been seeing Marcus. For 4 months, she'd been coming home and showering before seeing me. For 4 months, she'd been texting me precise arrival times to give herself buffer time to clean up. And I'd only discovered it because I came home 15 minutes before she expected. 15 minutes. In emergency response, we call that the golden window, the critical time period when intervention makes all the difference. In my marriage, 15 minutes was when my wife let her guard down, thinking she still had time before her performance began. The next morning, I called a divorce attorney. Her name was Helen Morrison. Came highly recommended. My wife has been having an affair for 4 months. I discovered it because she'd text me specific arrival times, then come home 15 minutes early to shower before I expected her. She was showering to hide evidence. Every single time. For 4 months. She'd text home by 9, arrive at 8:45, shower and change, then come downstairs at 9 acting like she'd just arrived. How did you discover this? I came home early one night. Was already here when she got home at 8:42 for a 9 p.m. arrival. Heard her shower and change. Confronted her when she came downstairs at exactly 9. That's very specific timing. You have records of her predicted arrival times. I showed Helen my phone. Months of texts, home by 8, back by 9:30, should be there around 7. And she consistently arrived right at these times, within a few minutes. Every time, because she was building in buffer time to shower. The precision was the giveaway. Helen nodded. In my experience, affairs often reveal themselves through unusual patterns. This is one of the more unique ones I've heard. I work in emergency response. Timing matters in my profession. I noticed her timing was too precise to be natural. And when you confronted her, she admitted to a 4-month affair with a work consultant. Admitted the shower routine happened every time, 50 to 60 times. Admitted she was timing her arrivals to give herself cleanup time. That's systematic deception. You have her admission. Yes. Full confession. Helen filed papers that afternoon. Monica was served the next morning at work. She called immediately. You filed for divorce? Without even trying to talk. We talked. Tuesday night. You admitted to a 4-month affair and 60 showers to hide evidence. What else is there to discuss? I ended it with Marcus. Last night, I chose you. You chose me after you got caught. Not before. That's not choosing. That's damage control. This is because of the timing thing? Because you came home early? This is because you had a 4-month affair. I came home early and discovered what you've been hiding. The precision timing just proved how calculated it all was. I thought I was being smart. You were being predictable. In emergency response, we know that too much precision indicates planning. Normal people running late don't arrive exactly when they say. They're early or late by 10 to 15 minutes. You were always right on time because you were managing a deception timeline. That's not fair. What's not fair is 60 showers. 60 times you washed off evidence of being with someone else before coming downstairs to see me. Don't talk to me about fair. We settled after 5 weeks. I kept the house. I'd paid 70% of the down payment from premarital funds. Monica got 35% of joint savings. Clean break. 7 years of marriage ended because she said she'd be home by 9. I was already there at 8:45. I heard Marcus ended things with Monica anyway. Told her he'd like the affair, not the complications of an actual relationship. Monica moved to a different city, tried to escape the professional fallout when people found out. About a year later, I met someone at a medical conference. Her name was Sarah. She was an ER nurse, understood emergency response protocols, appreciated the importance of timing. On our third date, she asked about my divorce. My ex-wife was having an affair. She'd text me specific times she'd be home, then arrive 15 to 20 minutes early to shower before I expected her. I came home early one night and caught her in the middle of her cleanup routine. Sarah's eyes widened. She was showering away evidence. Every single time for 4 months. She'd text home by 9, get home at 8:45, shower and change, come downstairs right at 9. The precision timing gave her away. Nobody's that accurate unless they're managing their arrival carefully. How did you figure it out? I work in emergency response. Timing is everything in my job. I noticed her arrivals were too precise to be natural. So one night, I came home early. Was already there when she got home with her buffer time. Heard the whole shower routine. What did she say when you confronted her? Admitted everything. 4-month affair. 60 showers. Admitted she was timing her arrivals to give herself cleanup time before seeing me. Sarah shook her head. In the ER, we call that calculated behavior. When someone's timing is too perfect, they're usually hiding something. Exactly. She thought the precision made her look reliable. It actually proved she was managing a deception. We've been together over a year now. Sarah's timing is naturally imprecise. She says she'll be home at 7 and arrives at 6:50 or 7:15. No pattern. No precision. No buffer time needed. Just honesty. My wife said she'd be home by 9. I was already there at 8:45. And in those 15 minutes, I saw exactly what she thought she still had time to hide. The shower running upstairs. The fresh clothes. The clean scent of someone washing away evidence. All the preparation she needed to transition from Marcus's girlfriend back to my wife. 15 minutes. The buffer she'd built in at every arrival time for 4 months. The golden window when she let her guard down. The critical time period when her deception was visible. Some people said I was lucky to have come home early that night. But luck had nothing to do with it. I noticed a pattern that didn't make sense. I tested my hypothesis. And I found exactly what unusual precision had been hiding. Because in emergency response, we know this truth. Timing reveals everything. When someone's timing is too perfect, they're managing it. And when someone needs to manage their timing that carefully, they're always hiding something. My wife was hiding 60 showers. 60 times washing off her boyfriend before seeing me. 60 performances timed to the minute. And I discovered it all because I arrived 15 minutes before she expected. The golden window. When truth lives.